We have a representative here who is trying to introduce legislation to remove the Arkansas statute that says that non-believers can hold office, be used as witnesses, jury members as such.
Mr. Carroll?
All right, I'm Representative Carroll from North Little Rock, District 39. And what I did was just probably, I guess it was 2 weeks ago on a Wednesday, the filing date for amendments to the Constitution closed. And so I filed an amendment to the Constitution striking the language in Article 19, Section 1 that had to deal with atheists, with their rights to testifying in court and holding public office. And what I'm seeking is striking that language from it's unconstitutional and they can't uphold it anyway, so why do we even still have it in our Constitution? And that's the simple premise of what I'm going after. I'm not trying to build a platform and start anything, a big uproar over this. I just want to clean it up from the language because basically could interfere with somebody's. If an atheist were to be found out to be the only witness and was in like a hearing, and if they challenged that, then they may be able to throw the case out, and that could set the person free from not being tried again because double jeopardy and stuff like that. And also a person that would be holding public office, wanting to seek public office. I think I've received at least one email from one individual who was seeking public office and was concerned if it came to be known that he was atheist, that he would not be able to hold his office. And being that the House of Representatives have the right to seat their membership, they could, even though it's unconstitutional to discriminate, they may have decided not to seat him or her at that particular time. So it this needs to be cleaned up in the language of the Constitution. And if y'all got any other questions or comments, or I'm open for that.
Thanks for waiting. This would be, is this something that would have to be ratified by the voters?
Yes. It has to be ratified by the voters, and the trouble is there's only 3 issues that go before the voters a cycle. And then we're in our cycle now, 2-year cycle of, so there's, I think, 15 possible constitutional amendments that are being addressed, and so if this can be one of the 3 top in priority, it could be put before the public. If nothing else, maybe this will bring enough notice to it that maybe they'll continue just consider striking any language that's in the Constitution, going in and looking at the Constitution and striking all the language that's obsolete and is really not enforceable or not of significant role. They did that last session, but they only dealt with poll tax or poll people, the people that worked at the polls. Why they didn't go ahead and carry it on over into the elected officials, I don't know, but they just stuck with that one particular subject that they were trying to clean up.
So the last one was a catch-all for a lot of different pieces of the Arkansas Constitution that are unconstitutional with regard to poll taxes
and poll workers.
So it was lots of things. So this one, could this one possibly be rolled into a larger thing? That
if the committee should open it to that type of language, and then I amend the Constitution of that amendment that I made to the Constitution to introduce the other issues, we could, but typically that may take a little research. We should have a research crew there that at the Capitol that could get that information for us pretty quickly. But there again, priority-wise, is this one of the top 3? that are proposed this session.
You say there's already 15, there are 15 proposed that it's got to compete with
Yeah.
for the top three?
Yeah, but some of them are already to the side, what I've heard, and this one here is play on words. They're damned if they do, and they're damned if they don't, because if they vote to put it before the people, then their constituents are going to think that they're in favor of removing it, and if they don't, then the press will probably beat them up because they didn't push it forward. So it's a hot topic that they don't really want to address. Nobody else wanted to address it, and so I played with it for about a week and a half, 2 weeks after I got in session, and nobody was. There was probably 4 or 5 people that were interested, but they really weren't, wanting to jump out there in the forefront to do it. And basically, a lot of people said, why pay the political capital on this particular item, since basically what they felt like was nobody was being affected by this rule, because it's been already pretty well decided in the federal courts that it's not constitutional. But until it is a case in Arkansas, we can't strike it with a court ruling, because we don't have any case law or anything in the state of Arkansas to have ACORN or anybody file a action suit against it.
Yeah, so you think that one of your probably your best argument right now would be go ahead and do the political capital now, instead of having someone run for office and then have to take it to court, take it to federal court and get it struck down? Do you think that would be, are you presenting that as be an easier road? Or?
Well, that's one way you can, if it doesn't come to surface this session, and then there's the possibility of, I've got to be reelected to reintroduce it, or another legislator take up the issue and every year keep submitting it, or like you said, have somebody, and if you're not contested about it, there's not an issue there. So it goes, it's a moot question. So if somebody does contest the election because of the constitutional amendment, then you would have a grounds to take it to court and have it stricken from the Constitution.
Yeah, question. Yeah, what do you think is the the original spirit of the way it is now? Do you think it was meant to disenfranchise non-believers, or do you think it's just like an antiquated historical situation?
It's antiquated. It was in the 1800s when it was introduced into the Constitution, and the history of why they particularly, there were several states that had it in their Constitution, and why they particularly put that in there, I really don't know what was the thinking of the forefathers at that time, why they stuck it in there. But they did. So.